Life. I'll mute myself first.
Yes, sir. Hello, is anyone in the stream yet? Is anyone in the stream yet? Okay, if you're first time coming to the stream, this is DOC Ampang. I'm Dr. Jonathan Tiong. I'm the C for DOC. So today I'll be talking about back pain and whether or not you have a slip disc, right? So if you are listening to this stream on your phone, on the way home on a drive, please be careful. We have about 5 minutes until I'm going live officially. So do share the link and help me share with your friends and family that have been told that they have a slip disc or whether they have back pain. So if you know any loved ones with back pain or whether they've been told they have a slip disc, or if you yourself have this issue, well, this is a place for you to find out what's going on, what is actually causing the slip disc, right? So please help us share this stream with your friends and family. Okay, if you are in the stream, leave a comment. Hi Don Tiong, hi Tio, hi JY, hello. Thanks for joining me. So MCO is starting midnight tonight. Have you guys prepared or are you on your way to do some last minute groceries? Just now I was on the road from 6 to about 7 around Ampang and it was really jammed. The whole MR2 stretch going to Bukit Jalil and going to Kuantan is super tight. So do your best to stay at home if you can. Try not to cross borders. Even though midnight is MCO, try not to leave where you are. Hi Mr. Wong, good evening. Awesome. We have 3 more minutes till I go live. So please share this link to your friends and family that have any back pain or whether they have been told that they have a slip disc. And let's see whether we can help them understand what's going on. Alright, and for those of you that recently joined, my name is Jonathan and I'm the chiropractor. So DOC Ampang stands for Dentist, Optometrist and Chiropractor. So I'm the C in DOC. Is anyone feeling a bit scared that MCO, is it 3.0? 2.0 is happening. If you are scared, you're not alone. Type a 1 below if you're scared MCO is happening. Let us know how you feel. If you feel confident, MCO 2.0 is here. I'm already ready. MCO 1.0 has passed. MCO 2.0 is here. I've learned from your mistakes. And you're fully confident with 2021, type a 2. So let us know in the comments below which one you are. If you're super scared or a little bit scared or you're not sure what's going to happen to your business or to your job during this period, type a 1. If you are really confident with what's going on and you have your 2021 fully planned, type a 2. Hi Clifford, wow, so young and handsome, wow, thank you so much. Chi Jing Yang, hello Dr. Jonathan, hi. Thank you for joining. I'm just checking WhatsApp and a lot of people are forwarding all the roadblocks that are about to happen. So if you are driving, if you're listening to this stream on the road, please be careful, please be safe, drive safe. Hi Tek Suntan, hi. Welcome to the stream. So we're starting in 1 minute. All right. So if you have any friends or family or any loved ones with back pain, or if they've been told they have a slip disc, forward this link or share this stream to them so that we can find out together what is actually going on. Hi Chuan, hi. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for joining in. Okay, the clock's ticking. It's about to be 9 p.m. 3 more hours and 1 minute and 2 minutes to MCO 2.0. Hi, Jason Tan. Hi. Thanks for joining in tonight. All right, it's 9 p.m. Let's get the show started. Billy for editing this. Hi to everyone that just joined. My name is Jonathan. I'm the chiropractor. I'm the C in DOC Ampang. So DOC Ampang stands for dentist, optometrist, and chiropractor. So how DOC came about is, well, the four of us have our own individual practices in Ampang. We're very closely, we're practicing pretty close to each other. And we want to share as much information relating to health and wellness as we can. And I notice a lot of people are on their phones. Great timing. MCO now, everyone is on their phone or on their computer. So it's a great opportunity for you to actually tune in and just listen to what there is to offer about health and wellness. All right. So next slide is how we came to be. So this is Dr. Billy on the left. He's our dentist, and Dr. Allen, and JY optometrist, and I'm on the right. So I'm the one holding the spine on my back, right? So I literally have your back. Hi, Vishon Tan. Hello. Okay. So just a little bit of an introduction before we begin with our topic today. So our D is led by Dr. Billy and Allen of Quest Dental. Their practice is located in Desa Pandan. If you're familiar with Desa Pandan, Quest Dental is actually located near the Polo Club. So I just want to have a little bit of a feedback from the audience tonight, from you guys. If you already have a dentist, please type a 1. Give me a 1 if you already have a dentist. Type 1. So if you have not seen a dentist for more than 1 year, can you please give me a 2? Okay, so I'm going to repeat this. If you have a dentist already, type 1. If you have not seen your dentist, or you've not ever been to your dentist for more than 1 year, please give a 2. All right, as we are waiting for the comments, one. Hi, Wi-Fi. Your you sound quite muffled, but hello. Thank you so much for the feedback. Yeah, today we're trying out a different mic. So this is actually connected to this new webcam that I got. Usually we're using a lavalier mic, so it's much more clearer. But today, because of the MCO, we aren't together meeting up, so I'll be using my own webcam this time. One. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Wong for the reply. Okay, hi Jonathan. Hi Ifa. Thanks for joining in tonight. Oh my goodness, so cool. Thanks. So for you guys that are just joining in tonight, we're actually going to talk, or I'm actually going to present about back pain and whether or not you actually have a slip disc that's actually causing the back pain. All right. So just a bit about background of what we are doing. So this is DOC Ampang. So I'm introducing our team members. So next up we have JY. So the O stands for optometrist and is represented by none other than JY from Top 1 Optical. So Top 1 Optical actually has 4 branches currently. Number 1 in Tiong, Sri Kembangan, Taman Equine Park, and Ampang. So I'm very close to JY in Ampang. So JY fortunately is mostly spending his time in Ampang. That's where we meet up and we actually go through cases with eye and spine and how it's related. Alright, so lastly is me. So I'm actually practicing in Ampang. So if you're familiar with Ampang Point, I'm actually a stone throw away. I'm 3 minutes walking distance away. Hi Tan Sun. Thank you so much for writing 2-1. Hi Tan Leng. Thanks for joining. Awesome. Okay. And so the C in DOC stands for chiropractic, and I'm representing chiropractic tonight. All right. So I'm Dr. Jonathan. Hi. So just to talk a little bit about myself. Okay. So these are my qualifications. I graduated with a Bachelor of Science from IMU Bukit Jalil in 2018. So I've been out in practice for about 2 years plus, and I have some little credentials like I have a qualification in athletic taping as well, and I'm a member of the Association of Chiropractic Malaysia, and a member of the Gosset Clinical Studies in the US as well. Okay, so in just a minute, we'll be returning to our topic of the night. Do I have a slip disc? But before that, let me share a little bit about what chiropractic is. If it's the first time you're hearing about chiropractic, please type a 1. If this is the first time you're hearing about chiropractic, please type a 1. If you already have a chiropractor, please give me a 2. Right? So if you have no idea what chiropractic is, you want to know what chiropractic is, type a 1. If you already have heard a bit about chiropractic, or you know someone, or you have a chiropractor, type a 2. Okay, as we allow the comments to keep flooding in, just go to the next slide first. So far, with the speed I'm going, is it clear? If it's clear, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up is much easier. So okay, getting a bit of a delay with the comments. Thanks. Oh, two, awesome. Okay, so we have a mixed crowd of some people that have chiropractors and some who have not heard of chiropractic or has not seen chiropractic yet. All right. So I'm going to explain the gist of what chiropractic is. So your brain is actually the master controller of your whole body, right? Your brain controls typically everything you do, from thinking about what to eat after this live session, to moving, to driving on the road right now if you're driving, right? So your brain actually sends signals along your spinal cord and goes out to every organ and tissue in your body. So take, for example, an example of an organ would be your heart or your lungs or your stomach, right? Tissues would be your muscles or even intestinal muscles, right? So you actually, your brain actually processes information. It allows you to do things automatically and manually as well. So you can control what you want to take, or things like breathing and things like digesting is already automatic, so you don't even have to think about it. Your brain is already running on autopilot, right? Such an amazing organ, such an amazing system. So what happens is, because the nervous system is such an important system and organ, God decided to protect it with a coat of armor or suit of armor. So this armor is actually called the vertebrae or the spinal bones. So, coming back. So in between bone and bone, you have discs. So these discs actually creates the joint. So these joints from spinal bone to spinal bone are spaced by the disc, and this actually allows you to bend forward to pick up things from the floor, right? And because of this freedom in movement, right? Because the armor is not solid, it's not just one very tough steel, not movable steel. It's actually bendy one. You can actually bend and move, right? Because you have this freedom in movement, instances like bad posture or picking things from the floor, if you don't take care of the way you pick things up, can actually cause a dysfunction to this spinal unit, right? Dysfunction. And so what happens is, we chiropractors or chiropractic is designed to look for this dysfunction to the nervous system, right? We're looking for specific areas in the spine that is actually not working and is actually interfering with that normal nerve flow, right? What we do is we reduce these nervous system disturbances or dysfunction. So just like the safety pin, right? Because it's not in balance, the flow is off. So what chiropractors do is we restore that flow, and then we restore that flow through very specific chiropractic adjustments. And when that flow is restored, function returns to the body, and when your mind-body connection is restored, your health comes back. So very simply put, right? Very, very simply put. So just a recap, to you guys that are just joining in, my name is Dr. Jonathan Tiong. I am the chiropractor. I'm the C in DOC. I'm the founder of Balance Chiropractic. My practice is in Ampang. Today I'll be sharing on, do you have a slip disc, and what is causing my back pain, right? So is this speed okay? If this speed is okay, give me a thumbs up. If this speed is okay, give me a thumbs up. If you think I'm going a bit too fast and I need to slow down a little bit, give me a 2. Give me a 2. So thumbs up. Sorry. Thumbs up. So this is a thumbs up. Wow. So thumbs up if the speed is okay, and give me a 2 if I'm going too fast. So at least I know how to pace myself. All right. Okay. So as we're waiting for people to comment, okay. Thumbs up, speed is okay. Talk faster lah. Wow, how fast you guys want me to go? Wow. Right. Okay. Move on. Okay. So very common things. Wow, I have back pain. Do I have to slip disc? Right. Because we have such easy access to the internet and Google and whatnot, we tend to self-diagnose our symptoms. Right. So let's say you pick something up, you hurt your back, and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm 45 this year, and this is the first time I had such back pain. Is it really a slip disc? You start to Google all the symptoms, right? Wow, back pain. Maybe a sign of cancer. Wow, try. No wonder, so just be careful, right? So can I do a quick survey also tonight to see how many of our listeners have back pain right now or at any point in their life, in your life? So again, I'm just doing a quick survey. If you have any back pain right now, or had any back pain at some point of your life, give me a 1. Give me a 1. All right. And if you have if you have been told you had a slip disc by a doctor or a healthcare professional, and you've even done an MRI, please type a 2. So at least I know my crowd tonight. So whether it's really newbies or people who have actually seen some doctors, got some diagnosis, and most probably is a slip disc issue. So again, if you've had back pain at any point of your life, please type a 1. If you have been told by your doctor you have a slip disc, or any healthcare practitioner that you have a slip disc, type a 2. If you have done an MRI for a suspected slip disc as well, type a 2. Okay, we see some 1s coming in. Do we have any 2s tonight? Any 2s tonight? Okay, just checking out what's up. Okay. So give it another 5 seconds for the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so got lots of 1s tonight, not many 2s. Okay. So moving on, we gotta understand what is the function of the disc itself. So the disc I'm talking about is not the purple disc DVD-R kind of thing. It's not that kind of disc you watch movies. What disc I'm talking about is actually the disc in between your 2 spinal bones, right? So this is the disc I'm talking about, guys. All right. So what is the function of this disc in between 2 bones? So want to hear? Okay, making it interactive. So what do you guys think the job or the function of the disc is in between the spinal bones? Anyone can guess it correctly? What do you think is the main function of the disc? Type your comments, type your answers below. There's no right or wrong at the moment. I just want to see feedback. Want to see the crowd. What is your knowledge about your own body so far, right? So please let me know what you think about or what you think the main function of the disc is, right? What do you guys think the function of the disc is? Okay, so while we're waiting for some comments, so this is the area of the disc. So this disc is comprised of 2 areas, 2 components. So the middle part, you see a little bit darker color. That is what we call the nucleus. So it is like a ball bearing component, and the rings, the outer rings around it, are actually very strong outer ring layers to actually guard and safeguard that ball bearing component over there. Okay, like absorbers. Thanks for the answer. Any more comments? Any idea what is the main function of a disk? Please leave a comment below. What do you think is the main function of a disk? Thank you so much, Tek Sun Tan, for giving your answer. Okay, we're gonna close for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the disk, unfortunately, Mr. Tek Sun Tan, is actually not a shock absorber. The main job of the disk is actually to be a nerve spacer, right? It's actually supposed to be a nerve spacer. So what it does is, because it's actually very stiff, the disc is very stiff and hard because of its high water content. The disc usually gets nutrients absorbed through a very special way, which is through this hydraulic pumping movement. That's why it's very important when someone has a disc issue, or even when you're healthy, right? You actually want to have a lot of movement. You don't want to sit and load that disc too long. So this is what we call axial loading, which is compression to that disc. We don't want that loading too long, right? Because then what happens is, if that disc is not healthy, it's very easily injured, and then it can actually swell up and compress on that nerve. And that's what gives people symptoms of pain, discomfort, pain going down the leg, so on and so forth, right? So what actually is a slip disc, right? What actually is a slip disc? So these are the stages to a disc herniation. So again, the middle part, the pinky part this time, is pink color. Is actually what we call the nucleus, the ball-bearing, very strong component. So the disc comprises of two main structures, a ball-bearing center, and the outer rings, the yellow ones that surround it, right? So what happens is, when you have an injury to the disc, whether it's from bad posture or lifting something too heavy for you to handle. So for example, you go for, like right now, everyone's packing up or getting ready for MCO, so a lot of people are rushing to buy groceries. So imagine you're a very petite person, 30, 35 kilos, not even 40 kilos, and you start carrying groceries that are like 10, 15 kilos, each hand, right? Almost your weight. So that's actually too heavy for you to handle, right? So these kind of things, and like lifting and bending and twisting, are ways that actually injure your disc, your intervertebral disc, very, very easily, right? So what happens is, when the disc below the spinal bone is injured, right? When the disc is injured, the spinal bone that sits on top of that disc actually slowly starts to slide backwards into a non-functioning position, right? So healthy is like this, it's nice and level. You can move very freely, right? So what happens is, when you injure that disc, that part of the disc starts to swell up, and that vertebra, instead of moving, very freely, it starts to actually slide backwards and then get stuck like this, right? So when it gets stuck like this in a non-functioning position, what happens is, gathering my thoughts. So what happens is, when that bone gets stuck onto the disc, right, because of the disc injury, slowly that disc will lose its movement. So movement is very important for the disc to receive nutrients, to absorb nutrients, right? When you lose the ability to absorb nutrients, degeneration or wear and tear happens really fast, right? So eventually that disc would slowly thin over the ages. So an MRI or an X-ray, we can actually see the spaces for that disc on an X-ray, or the health of that disc itself on an MRI, and then we'll know, okay, wow, this disc is pretty degenerated, quite a few years of wear and tear, things like that. Okay, so if this spinal bone, because it's not functioning anymore, is not repositioned back onto the disc, right? If it's stuck like this and it's not repositioned back onto the disc, with a specific correction, the disc cannot heal properly, right? Healing is always constant in our body, depends on how healthy you are. But if you have a mechanical issue like this, right, where this is non-functioning, then you lose that ability, the disc loses the ability to heal properly or heal normally, right? Thus, leading to quicker wear and tear. All right. So this is eventually what happens. It starts to become botak, become flatten out the disc. Right. Okay. So, what are the symptoms of a slipped disc? What are the symptoms of a slipped disc? So again, I need help from you guys. If you guys are still here, please leave an answer. What do you think are symptoms of a slipped disc? Leave your answers below. So just now, I think I gave an earlier answer. So symptoms of a slip disc could be back pain, right? Could be pain going down the neck, back pain. Awesome, awesome. Thanks, Billy. Anyone? What are the symptoms of a slip disc? Okay, now I'm gonna just let you guys know the answer, right? So these are a few symptoms of a slip disc. So number one is lower back pain. Hi, Raphael. Number one is lower back pain. Second type of symptom can be numbness or tingling that goes to your shoulders, your neck, your back, or even your arms, your hands and legs, right? Because the nerve actually, it doesn't just allows you to move, it also allows you to feel things, right? So numbness and tingling is related to the sensory part or the feeling part of that nerve. So numbness or tingling can happen. And then you can also have neck pain. Oh, bad mood. That's amazing. Yes, very bad moods. So if you come back and if you're working and you come back and your kids are in a really bad mood, so maybe they have a slip disc. No, just kidding. Yeah, bad mood can be also a symptom, right? So the body is always trying to tell us something is wrong. When you have a slip disc, there's injury, there's pain. You know, people's mood will start to change. Thanks so much for the answer. Right? Then the fourth symptom could be things like problems trying to straighten up your back or trying to straighten up your neck. Because what happens is when that slip disc becomes very serious, or if it's just happened, there will be a lot of swelling around the area. So what happens is all the muscles will start to protect the area. So little movements also you feel, wow, very pain, very pain. So these are symptoms of a slip disc as well. And lastly, can also be muscle weakness, right? So that nerve or that disc, if it presses on that nerve, that actually controls muscles, can actually lead to muscle weakness because that nerve is already not functioning properly as well. Okay, can't walk properly. Yes, definitely. You know, when you have swelling because of that slip disc, then it causes a lot of pain, discomfort. Sometimes it affects walking, it affects sitting down as well. All right. So, how does chiropractic help slip disc? Right. So I'm a chiropractor. I actually see people with symptoms of slip disc. So just now, the few things I mentioned, people come in with back pain, people come in with neck pain, people come in with numbness and tingling down their arms, their hands, so on and so forth. Some people come in with walking difficulties as well. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Some people also come in with breathing difficulties, right? So breathing difficulties now is very sensitive because COVID-19. So we have a very strict screening form as well if you have breathing difficulties, right? But these are some of the examples of why people come in with these symptoms, and they could be signs of a slip disc, right? So how can I help you or your loved ones with a slip disc? Well, what we do is we actually need to find these very very specific, very localized area of spinal injuries, right, to that disc. So, for example, if you're having back pain around across your waist, maybe that disc around the L4, L5 or the L3, L4 is not functioning properly. It's giving that nerve pain across, right? So maybe the pain is coming from there. We need to examine it first, right? So examination doesn't mean, we just send you for an X-ray, we look at the X-ray and say, hey, that's the problem, we're gonna fix it. No, it's not so simply put like that. We actually need to have you expose your back. So our patients here, when they come in, they're all gown. Expose your back. So just like if you sprain your ankle will swell up. If you have a slip disc or if you injure your back, your disc would your low back will actually swell up, and that's how we know, or that's how we can see, okay, this area is injured, and that's how we can actually focus our direction towards that specific area of injury, right? And then after we find the problem, that specific area, we cross-check with all our tools, and finally with the X-ray. Then what we need to do is, well, because it's stuck in a non-functioning position, we need to deliver a very specific adjustment to that specific spinal bone and set it back onto its disc. So now it's able to function as normal, right? So with this normal function, the disc is able to heal properly, and then pain symptoms, pain, numbness, tingling will slowly go away, depending on how well your body is, right? Depending on how healthy your body is, healing will be a bit different for everyone. Okay, and then also when you come in, I need to teach you how to prevent this from coming back. Right, prevention is always the hardest one. People come in to get treated, and then when they get what they want, they disappear. Some people do that. Some people do that. But over here, what I do is I do my very best to teach you and empower you to actually take back that knowledge of how to take care of yourself, how to prevent these kind of reoccurring injuries to your disc or to your spine. Right. The last one is to always come back for your regular spinal checkups. Right. So, Dr. Jonathan, I'm still open. Yes, I'm open by appointment. By appointment. Thanks for asking, Wen. So regular spinal checkups are so important because we need to see whether those 33 individual spinal segments are actually functioning, right? If that spinal segment is not functioning properly, we need to actually reposition it so that it's functioning as normal. So most of the people think of pain, think of doctor, right? So once we get you out of that pain, we encourage all our patients to actually come in every now and then, depending on what is recommended to them, for just a spinal checkup, right? To see how well the spine is functioning, the spine and joints. If the spine is functioning all good, there's no reason to give a treatment. We let the patient do what they want to do, go and have fun, kayak. Well, now you can't kayak. Go back to work, do some home exercises at home as well, right? Do the things you love to do. Okay, so this is how I can help as a chiropractor. But what can you do? What can you do to help yourself heal better at home? Right? What can you do? So as a chiropractor, once I help you with the mechanical issue of that disc, so once I help you with that disc injury, the initial disc injury, then comes the very tough part. It's how to take care of yourself at home or at work, right? So a general rule or a general thing I tell patients when they start to be in the process of healing, right, is to actually drink more water, because your disc is actually has a very high percentage of water content. So that hydration is so important. So if you're not drinking at least 2 liters of water every day, I'm sorry to say, well, your disc and your body is gonna scream out to you and say, hey, you better drink water, otherwise something is gonna happen real soon, right? So drinking water is the number one rule or number one advice I give patients. Number two is actually to walk or move more, right? You need that movement to actually help the disc heal much better. Remember, we said 90% of nutrition gets absorbed into the disc through movement, right? So after the corrections or the mechanical adjustments, the adjustment, that movement is essentially very important to allow healing to occur much efficiently. Okay. Then the last thing I would ask them to do when they first come in for the initial 1 to 2 weeks is actually to apply ice at the areas where we adjusted, right? Because when we start to set that vertebra or that spinal bone back into normal function, sometimes based on your health status, how healthy your body is, you might you might have this what we call post-adjustment soreness, right? Which is soreness at the area we adjust for the next 24 to 48 hours, right? So this is also a sign of healing. So once we correct it, there will still be some lingering inflammation or swelling around that disc, around the area. So icing will also help. So icing is a natural way to do it, but it's only recommended for the first few days of the correction. After that, the most important thing is to move as much as you can. Try not to sit too much. Try not to stand at one position for longer than 1 hour. Try to move around as much as you can. All right. So with that, concludes the presentation for tonight. How's everyone doing? Hope I didn't speak too long about this topic. How's everyone doing? Can you leave a comment below? Is this speed okay? If the speed is okay, if the information is okay, please type a 1. If you feel like, oh, 37 minutes, 30 minutes is not enough to know so much about this type of tool, so I can actually go in depth with you a little bit more the next session or so, right? So if you feel that what you've listened to tonight is, pretty good, makes sense, type a 1. If you feel like, oh, doc, it doesn't, not enough information, for me to understand enough about what is happening, type a 2, so I can understand how to gear my material for the next round. All right, so as we are waiting for the questions, as we are waiting for the 1s and 2s, do you guys have any other questions or comments? If you have, you can also leave a question or comment below. Now is the time to Q&A as well. So I'll open the floor for about 5 minutes for any questions. Yeah, 1. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Mr. Wong. Okay, so as we're waiting for questions to pour in, let's talk about next week's topic. So Dr. Alan Tay from Quest Dental, our dentist, is going to be sharing on yellow teeth, Ya Huang. So this will be shared in Mandarin. Mandarin version is next week. So stay tuned. It's 9 p.m. as well. No reason for you to not listen to this because everyone's at home from the MCO, right? No, just kidding. Do your best. Try to come in and understand why our teeth actually becomes yellow, right? Dr. Allen is really smart. He's gonna make your teeth as bright as his head, right? Slip disc can suddenly happen. Thanks, Jessie. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Well, it depends. So a slip disc is a mechanical issue. It can be a mechanical issue. So if let's say you have a lot of risk factors, right? So risk factors can be things like having not enough sleep, having not enough rest, having a very bad posture when you pick up something, or even sneezing while you're bent forward, right? It's a very easy way to actually injure that disc. So it depends on your health status as well, and what kind of things you're doing. So it can actually happen. I've had a patient come in, and she said she sneezed, and then she triggered that the back pain, and then we found out, oh, the disc is actually not working so well, right? So that it can be as simple as sneezing. Will doing squat in the gym cause a slip disc? Well, it depends. It depends if you have a good trainer with you or whether you are an experienced lifter or a gym rat. Okay, gym rat. What happens is if the weight is not suitable for you at the time being and you lift something too heavy, that is what we call axial loading or compressive loading. So if your disc is already, not well hydrated, you're not getting enough rest, you're not taking care of yourself, you smoke a lot, this is already getting ready for an accident to happen, and you go and load that disc improperly, yes, it may cause a slip disc. Any exercise we can do if we have a slip disc? Yes. So we have exercises before and after you kickstart the healing process. So the general rule is if you have a lot of pain when the slip disc just happened, right? Because when a slip disc happens, the disc actually would actually swell up this way. So this swelling over here would actually compress on the nerve and give a lot of pain. So to help with this swelling, what we can do is we try to avoid as much axial loading or compressive loading as we can. Activities that has a lot of compressive loading are activities like sitting down, right? Sitting down, because you're sitting down, your whole weight is compressed onto your L5S1 disc. So there's a lot of weight over there, and it's very easily injured. So general rule is try to walk as much as you can if you just had a slip disc. If you sorry, you won't know you have slip disc. You only have symptoms of slip disc, right? So if you have back pain, try to walk slowly. Don't have to jog, just walk as much as you can, 10 to 15 minutes. If walking makes the pain worse, right? If you have sharp pain as you walk, you gotta see a doctor right away, right? You gotta see a chiropractor or see a medical doctor and get that disc checked out and see what's going on. Could be something else. So generally, if you have a swollen disc or an injured disc, walking or movement for about 1 minute and above will slowly or gradually decrease that pain in the back, right? Is it safe for someone having back pain to do stretching exercises? Um, Depends on what causes the back pain, and also depends on what kind of stretching exercises. So if the back pain is caused by pulled muscle, for example, right? So let's say you trying to reach for something behind your back and you pull your muscle, right? So generally, it's not good to stretch when it's just injured. You just want to move it. So you don't want to hold like a stretch like this for too long. You actually want to have that full movement. That's why I encourage you to do movement instead of specific stretches or exercises. Elaine is my trainer. Should I be worried? Depends on Yuling's experience in the gym and what she's asking you to help with. So far, no back pain, but I have been taking daily 4 spoon jelly gamma and drink 2 liter hydrogen. Awesome, awesome. So Mr. Wong is actually describing how he takes care of himself, his overall health, so that he lowers the risk factor of having all this back pain as well. 4 spoon jelly gamma. Jelly gamma also has properties of anti-inflammation. So there are some foods and specific nutrients that helps reduce swelling and inflammation in our body. When swelling and inflammation in our body is lowered, expression of pain is also lowered. So which is really awesome. And drink 2 liter hydrogen and drink water. Awesome. Drinking a lot of water is great. Especially when you're going golf, if you're going out to the course, going to the green, 2 liters may not be enough. You may need to drink 3 to 4 liters because you're under the sun, right? And this time, MCU still can go golf, or is it on hold now? Okay. Okay. Any more questions? Otherwise, if there are no more questions, remember to catch Dr. Alan Tay next Tuesday. He'll be presenting on yellow teeth or teeth yellowing at 9 p.m. Next Tuesday. He's going to share with you some very, very interesting tips in Mandarin, right? So be there or be square. And thank you guys so much for listening. Right? Stay tuned. Stay safe. And health is a balance. Take care. Bye-bye.